Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Manus. This is starting to become a regular thing now. So today we're going to do something really simple and pretty cool. Today it's Sriracha chicken wings. This was really the beginning of me learning to create anything. I don't even call it cooking, but create anything in the kitchen. So after trial and error and just doing this over and over and over, I learned two very important things. One, chicken wings are a lot cheaper when you buy them fresh. Two, when you keep practicing at something and you get good at it, it starts an entire journey. Once you get your first dish out of the way, and this is for those of you who don't think you can cook or don't think you can follow these recipes or think that a lot of this is really complicated, once you practice your first thing, your first dish, your first recipe, and you get it right, there's a feeling that you have, and you're like, you can do it, and it starts to open up a whole new world of, wait, if I can do this, what else can I do? I know I always tell you, I'm no chef and be careful, but this is one of those times where you actually can follow along. This is a pretty simple recipe, and this is one of those times where if I can do this, you can do this. So let's go. To make Sriracha chicken wings, the first thing you need is chicken wings, right? Sometimes you get these wings, they'll be pre-cut. Other times, they'll come in as a whole piece like this. And if it does, no worries. Just imagine what the wings look like, when they're served to you, right? So you've got your drumstick here and your wing here, and then you'll get your little, wing tip. All right, so not everybody likes these wing tips. Not everybody likes to eat them. One thing that happens when you bake these is that they get really crispy, but not everybody's really keen to eating a wingtip, so mind you, be careful who you serve this to. Take the wingtip off. Okay. Cut through the fat. And there we go. You got your drumstick. You got your wing. And this, boys and girls, is where drumsticks come from. What do you guys like out there? Wings or drumsticks? Or does it not even make a difference? Trust me, when I first started doing this, it looked like I was hacksawing through this stuff. Man, but eventually you learn exactly where you're cutting and you learn exactly how to cut. And that just comes through experience. There's really nothing I can tell you right now that's gonna, to help. But again, the more you do this, the better you're gonna get and the prettier everything gets too. Woohoo! Okay. Your chicken wings are cut. Next step, get yourself a Ziploc bag, a gallon bag, because it's going to be big enough, or anything that's big enough to carry all these guys. Now, first off, you're going to fill it with some flour. Any household flour will do. What kind of flour is this? Household flour. The kind of flour you find in any supermarket, any grocery store. For that amount of chicken wings, you're going to put in about 2.5, I guess. 2.5 of these spoons. So I'm guessing this is a tablespoon or whatever this thing is. So 2.5 of these. Now at this point, you can really put into this mix whatever you want. You can just use flour and then rely on the sauce later for your flavoring. Or you can start to get the flavor into the chicken while it bakes. So to add to this flour, you really can add whatever you want. I'm going to add the things that I usually add, which are going to be garlic powder, garlic salt. Can never go wrong with garlic salt. There's really no too much or maybe too little. And because I love the spice, I usually like to add in hot chili pepper, crushed ground chili pepper at this point. So there's going to be heat at the core of the chicken meat itself, as well as the sauce. This is the fun part. This is the part where you can make them your wings. Once you've got your little bag of flour and seasoning, just add all the chicken to it. You go to the bag, you go in the bag. Wash my hands, just because we're dealing with chicken here. All right, here we go. So make sure you seal this bag. Very important. You don't want to shake too violently or too rigorously, but you want to be a little gentle. The main concern is that you get as much flour mix over every single piece of chicken. So this can be as crazy or as gentle or as therapeutic as you need it to be. What happens when you use a bag like this is that it comes out pretty even over every single piece. I was done like a minute ago. I just like shaking this thing. There you go. Now we're going to prep the pan. And this is actually very important. You can use foil or you can use parchment paper. I would strongly recommend using parchment paper. If you only have foil, make sure you butter the foil. Make sure you butter the foil on the pan first. If you don't, a lot of the times the chicken wings will stick to the foil, and every time when you take them out, they're not going to be whole. Do you need to butter the parchment paper? I usually don't. You can to be on the safe side, but the point is you don't want the chicken to stick. So the whole idea behind this is that you want the wings to bake and you want the outer shell to keep all the meat inside. So the inside, all the meat is juicy and moist and stays inside while the outside becomes a crispy shell. So that we place them. You don't want to overcrowd these wings. You want to spread them out as best you can if you have the room. You'll know if you did a good job or not during the shaking process because you will see that each of the wings is evenly coated. There we go. So we're going to bake these guys, right? So you're going to want to preheat your oven to 425 degrees and you're going to do a total cook time of 45 minutes. Once your oven's ready, you put the wings right in. Go. And in 45 minutes, you're gonna have some beautiful wings. All right, so now we're gonna make the Sriracha sauce. So now we're gonna do the Sriracha sauce. And most of you probably use this Sriracha, the one with the green top and the cock on front of it. So I'm gonna be using Thai Sriracha. Sriracha originally came from Thailand, so kind of a pride point. I'll get into the differences in a later episode, but for now, we're gonna be using Thai Sriracha. So Thai Sriracha is a little thicker. And you can almost smell immediately. When I first started this recipe, I used to add honey, and this would be my honey sriracha wings. And I went through different types of honey. Eventually I started using agave. But one thing I found that maple syrup is a wonderful, wonderful companion to this sauce. This is one of those souvenir bottles you get from passing over the border from Canada over at the duty-free shops. So thank you, Canada. Not too much, just want to get a little glaze in there, okay. All right, you want to mix this up a bit. At this point, I'll microwave this for about 30 seconds to a minute, right before the wings are ready. Sauce out of the microwave, and the wings are done. Oh, that smells good. Look at that, golden brown. Oh, they smell wonderful. At this point, I'm sure there's a lot faster, more efficient ways to do this, but I don't really make large batches. I usually make small batches. So what I do is I'll sauce each wing, each piece individually. That's how much I care. So this is why I always push for using parchment paper. You see how the wings that are on the parchment paper will come really loosely? There's one little section, the wing that's actually on the foil, it sticks to the point where if you want to take it off, you're gonna have to rip a lot of the skin off of the wing, which breaks the barrier. See? And here we go, and I will sauce each one. Oop, there we go. Just one good layer on the outside. This takes a little longer than normal. I mean, this won't fly in a restaurant. You'll be sitting there waiting forever for your wings. But if you're at home and you're doing this, totally worth the effort, totally worth the time. And the people that you make these for will be very, very happy you did. See how that sauce just stays on, doesn't come off? Creating an entire layer of delicious goodness on the outside. And here we are. Alrighty then. Here's my bone bowl. Don't forget your bone bowl. My bone bowl. I'll go my bone bowl. All right. These are my Sriracha chicken wings. If you're a tip person, my favorite part of the tip is actually the tip of the tip. It's the crispiest and crunchiest. I don't know if you can hear that. That's, Oh, that's good. So the inside is hot, moist, and juicy. And it's not until you eat a wing clean, in my opinion, that you're actually done. So this is how you enjoy a wing. So there you go. Sriracha chicken wings. Pretty simple and always delicious. So again, you chop your wings up if they haven't been chopped. You pop them in a bag full of flour and seasoning. You shake it up a bit, take them out, you bake them. 425 at 45 minutes. Use parchment paper. Take them out, roll them around in your sauce. And again, these are my Sriracha wings. You can use whatever sauce you like. I also use maple syrup, and you can use honey or agave to kind of gel it all up. And that's it. You can tweak this. You can try this over and over. You can experiment. But the whole point of these wings, and I love these, and everyone who's tried these also loves these, but the whole point of this is that you can do this too. And if I can do it, you can do it. And this is the beginning of me trying to learn how to cook. And this is the beginning of me trying to figure out other ways that I could better myself, you know? And it's like, just because you can't do something doesn't mean that's also going to be true tomorrow, all right? So, you know, I'm going to keep doing things that may seem complicated. I'm going to keep doing things that, you know, eventually turn out to be simple, in light that hopefully some folks out there, this helps you too. If any of this stuff is useful to you at all, then I'm doing my job. So if you like what you see, like, subscribe, and everybody out there, be safe and enjoy.